How do you see the chat? I don't understand how that works. Effect filters? There's effects? Nigga, what? I don't care about all that fucking shit. Alright. Let me see if I can get this set up again. Alright, so I need to create another repository and put this into it now. So yeah, right, correct, yeah, sure, right. And now, and also I need to go to the hosting thing. It's not going to see my repository anymore. It's going to be like, what the hell, where did it go? So this needs to, I guess, be destroyed. It's not going to be able to can I get rid of it? How do you get rid of a repository? I don't know what that is. Okay. What about this? What does this do? Site settings. Danger zone. Delete the site. Type in the name of the site to confirm. It gives it some kind of weird jokey name for some reason, like all these sites do. Delete. It's gone. Great. This is my other site. This is like my site. It's not very good, but it exists. It's got like some example stuff I've done, but it's not very good. And you can go look at it like live or whatever, but it's not enough to get me a job, so it doesn't matter. Anyways, take that out. There's people on this there are people on this thing, front-end mentor thing. Where the hell is it? I don't have it open anymore. What the hell? There it is. On this thing that, I don't know why that's over there. Okay. On this, the questions they ask, I'm like, I really hope you don't have a job, because like I've been doing this for 2 years, and you better not be sitting in a job asking those kind of questions. That's all I'm saying. I really hope they don't. Not that I don't hope they have a job, but like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, I want people to have work and whatnot, but like... So anyway, this is what I have now. This is the new iteration of what I just showed you. The thing I just deleted. Nobody's listening. I'm talking to myself. What's up, Wadi? What? What? I know. I know. I know what you want. Time is it? It's gonna go on 7 soon, probably. Doobie doobie doo. What time is it? 6. Okay, well, anyways, this is what I got so far. Now, I need to go to repo, create a new repository again. I guess I'll call it the same thing. That works. So now I need to upload files, right? This is the page it normally would take you to. I don't know why it doesn't do that anymore. But anywho, grab these files, come over here. DevJobs 2. Take all of this stuff, throw it in there, except node modules. You don't want node modules. Actually, this is not how you want to do it. Cancel. This is not how you would want to do it. What you want to do is get back to this, turn off this. Right. And I'm gonna have to look all this up again because I don't remember. I don't remember, but I did take notes on it, so oops. Dookie doo. GitHub version control. Yeah, I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. Okay. Right. Okay, so this is my local repository folder. So I need to say git init. Dan walking by, he has dementia. Strange. Dementia, that means that like you just start to forget everything, like why you're even doing what you're currently doing. And so you sort of almost you just kind of start to be in this sort of like frame of mind. Like you don't have anything, you're not thinking about the next thing you're about to go do or stressing about the next stressing about something you're thinking about or anything like that. You're just kind of and then a thought will come to you. And it'll be like, oh yeah, a thought. And it'll be like super compelling. But then it'll drift away and you'll just kind of, you know, it's like your eyes do that kind of thing. It's not really like that, but at least your frame of mind turns into that. To where the next thing you know, it's you're just walking down a street like that, like he is, and you really don't even know why. You just, the most you can read into it is like, I'm right here, right now, on this street, taking a walk. Sort of like a kid, you know what I mean? It's almost like you revert back to being like a little kid, like, you don't know why anything is. And you don't really have a plan for the next thing. But you do know you're walking down the street. You know, for whatever that's worth, whatever that means. So let's initialize this. I don't think I should have made that. Let's go ahead and delete what I just made. It's supposed to be done through this. I shouldn't have made this. Hold on. This was a mistake. Delete repository. Yes, I want to delete repository. I have read. And it doesn't like... Oh, I added a dash in it? I didn't know I added a dash. Dev jobs FEM. I mean, honestly, like... Is not everything meant to distract us at the end of the day? Like, by the time we're all done, we're gonna look back and be like, how much of my mental daily energy did I just waste on nothing? Like, yeah, maybe I was doing things, maybe I was taking care of things or whatever, but the substance of what you were doing, in terms of whether it really has any meaning, whether you appreciate that you did that looking back, you know what I mean? Probably not much there. You're probably going to realize, like, wow, there was so much in my windshield to just totally occupy me, that just meant nothing, that just was totally meaningless. And then, you know, were there things that meant something? Hopefully, but they're very far and few between. Get init. So that's the first thing you do. I don't need to do that. I'm not going to be hosting it from Git. There's a lot of stuff here, but I can't. I'm not making a branch. I should say connect. Hold on. Right. This is the part I want. We've created the repository using Terminal. Blah, blah, blah. Local repository. And by the time I'm done setting this up, I'm just going to be like done for today. I didn't give it a name. Did I? Usually you want to start with one, right? Create the projects for the repository. Create the project files. Well, I just did that, but it doesn't have a name. First, create a folder somewhere. DevJobs 2. Okay. It's going to be called DevJobs 2. Fine. I did that. Right. I don't need to create these files. They're already there. What would happen if I said get status here? Okay, well, whatever. I can commit them. That's fine. So git add, git commit. I'll do that. That's fine. I understand that already. Okay, fine. We need to actually connect it. This is other stuff. I don't care about branches. Sheesh. Okay, we'll commit it. Commit it. It's just local though. It's not connected to GitHub yet. So git commit with the message. Oops. Message. Initial commit. Dev jobs 2. Right? Yeah. And then you do that. And then what happens? Oh, you gotta add it first. I'm so stupid. I meant to say add. Nothing added to commit. Right. You need to add them first. Stupid. Git. Yeah. Git add. Okay. Now if you say git status, you'll see everything added. It better not be holding my node stuff. Good, it's not. Okay, good. All right. Then you do the commit. Git commit dev job 2, dev jobs 2 initial commit. Okay. I guess it's done. We'll count that as done. I was on the very last project that I thought I needed before I could start interviewing for work doing this. 5 weeks into it, I was on like one of the last features to make work. I ask a simple question. And I get the response from these people of, you need to totally start over. So this is me totally starting over. Because I mean, what else can I do? What else can I do? Ignore the people who know more than me? Oh, you don't know any better. I don't know any better. I don't know shit. Git commit. Alright, so that got committed. Okay, anyways, we got the commit done. Blah, blah, blah. This is all done. Now let's connect some shit. The local repo name is just the name of the folder. You have a local, you have the one on GitHub, and then you have an intermediary that you use to actually get the local to the GitHub one. Track files, I don't care about any of that. Okay. I don't care about branches, we're not worried about that. Okay. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I just took a really long class and took a lot of notes. Okay. We've created a repository example. Next, go to GitHub and create a repository there. Okay. So I do need to make one. Okay. Let's do it again, baby. New. No, I'm not putting a dash at the end of that. So if there comes to be a dash afterwards, I don't know why it would be there. Anyways, now we have this repo. It's going to send me to that page. Let's go back to where I was. And then this. Blah, blah, blah. So what do we do? First, we need to create a remote repository. That's what they call it. Right? Right. Nothing showed up because there are no remote repositories set up. So how do you set one up? Git remote add. Tutorial? Why does it say tutorial suddenly? I thought we called it local repository. Why does it say tutorial now? You have your terminal created code repository. Local. I think I meant to say test there. Make a name for the new repo. Why would it be called tutorial? Whatever. Say again. So I guess I would say git remote add. Okay. Okay. So the remote repo is the intermediary. Okay, whatever. So confusing. Git remote add, and I'll just call it I think that should work. Okay. And then grab this thing. Make sure I'm right. Hold on. Yeah. Just that. You don't need this. I think all there's, I don't know. Copy. Okay. Nothing happened. So I would say get remote. Does it exist? Good. It exists. Okay. That was weird. Alright, so now it exists, and now I need to use it to push everything that's been committed. That's it, right? Well, part of it is this. This token shit. And it's going to ask me to sign in. But anyways, yeah. I do this a little bit wrong every single time, but we're just going to push forward and do it again. From the main of local repository type. I understand that. Okay, well, we'll just give it a shot. Git push using, we already have everything committed, using dev jobs remote. Nope, hold on, I forgot to hit space. Dev jobs remote main. And when I do this, there's no way it just did it. I guess let's go look. Refresh. There it is. There's my code. It says there is SCSS. Okay. Anyways, alright, so now I can copy this. All of this is just in an effort to post a fucking question on here. Another thing that I need to do live. I mean, there's nothing live to look at. It's kind of dumb to even. I'm still getting familiar with this site. Hold on. Add a new site. Yes. Yes, from GitHub. I would like to add the one I just created. Dev jobs FEM. This one. This one, please. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Deploying. Building. I mean, there's nothing there to look at. It's kind of like maybe I just should have been a, computer science major. Because now I don't know, it's just like, can you really learn to be a coder online? Is that a real thing, or is that just like some made up bullshit that they post everywhere? I mean, I've learned a lot of stuff, but like, we're 2 years into this, and I'm like really not close to there's still like so much fucking more that's totally foreign to me. So anyways, okay, so what is my question? Well, don't know how any of this fucking shit works, man. This is like, they told me to just go to this totally different way of making websites that I don't understand anything about. Like, I don't even have any point of reference for how any of this stuff fits together. What any of it means. And I understand you gotta go into stuff you don't understand in order to learn, but like, I gotta be able to relate to something here. I gotta be able to see something and understand one thing. Template, configure. Mm-hmm. Okay, so where have I gotten so far? So far, I've gotten to the point of
to this configuration file, but as very basic, we're just going to start with a module.exports, and it's going to be equal to a function, which we're going to put 11t config in here. And basically what I want to tell it is where my source files or where my source is coming from, where am I working from, and also where are the public facing files going to be located. And that's the very first thing we want to do. And if you're just wondering how I'm setting, or like why I even know all of this, this is from the 11t documentation right here. You can see it's talking about all of this right here. Anytime you're using something new, I definitely recommend checking out the documentation, making sure you understand why you're doing different things. So, you know, and that's
easier said than done. Go back here. Okay. I think I know what I'll say. Setting up setting up 11t with Sass. You shouldn't be doing any of this. That's what she'll respond with again. You're making it way too complicated. That is the least helpful thing anybody can say to anybody. I hate it when people respond with that. You're making it too complicated. I'm not making anything. I'm asking a fucking question. People love to say that. You ask them a question. I don't know if it's because they don't know the answer to it that they say that. They don't have a quick response to give you. You know, I don't know why people say that. You're making it too complicated. You're overcomplicating it. It's like, how do you... It could be anything. I mean, you could say that about anything. How come this is this way and that's that way? What What am I not understanding? You're making it too complicated. Okay, well, I'll just stop asking questions then. Okay, well, anyways. I don't know what else to do. I mean, I don't have the background in this to understand where to look to next. I can follow a YouTube tutorial. Okay. Today's Saturday, right? It might as well be Tuesday. It doesn't matter. It might as well be Tuesday at 10 in the morning right now. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Okay, setting up blah blah blah. Maybe I can post this and go on a... You wanna... Watson's always down for that. Okay. So, all right, fine. I'm in the process setting up a 11ty static website, and I've so far made it to the point of creating the configuration file. Like, I put everything in quotes. They're like, why are you putting it in quotes? Because to me, it's that type of a thing. there's no telling what they're going to say. You know what I mean? From my site, or sorry, from source, and what now? And outputting them into the you totally fucked it up. You're totally wrong about everything. Without any kind of real guidance at all. Okay.
I'm not just figuring this out on my own. It's always through the documentation.
Using a module.exports. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I gotta say it in the most ginger way because I'm in the process of setting up a static website, and so far, I'll just say I'm at point of creating the configuration file, which is now successfully taking in my dev file from my source folder. Okay. Which it is. Okay. Or maybe I'll say a module exports. Ten 40. Okay.
That we learned. And so we can see there's the basic example. Now, because you'll notice here's a really basic example, and then here it's within, like here we have the module exports, and then here it has the function. I am doing it with the function here because we will have to be configuring some extra stuff after, so just we don't have to add it after the fact. And then
What time is it? Is it 7 already?
then we can still have our input and output. So let's come and drop this in there. So we're doing a return, directory, input, and I'm also going to change the output. So here we input output. So the input in this case is my SRC. So I want to tell it all the files I'm working from are in my SRC folder. If you don't put an output, it's optional. It's going to output by default to _site. So if you think that's fine, then just
that's fine, baby.
Include an output. I'm going to change this to public, just because I do think it's a bit more obvious. This is my public folder. This is the one that everybody is seeing, and my source is where I'm working out of. If you have a different way you want to work, there's nothing, that's perfectly fine.
Okay.
We're ready to go,
Right.
and now we can start using 11T. Just make sure you save your file, because sometimes I forget to do that. So it knows that I want to be working out of these files over here, and I already have some HTML files. So watch this. If we just come, let's open up my terminal again, and
Like, this is complicated shit. She told me I was being complicated by just using JavaScript. No, you need to use this instead. Oh, this isn't complicated. I mean, it's a good tool to know how to use, but I'm gonna have to ask y'all all the way along because this is all totally foreign to me. Anyways, Kevin demonstrates.
To open up the terminal, I don't know if I mentioned it before, you just go to View, and you go to Terminal, it's right there, or you can see it's Control backtick, and if you're on a Mac, it's probably Command backtick. And now we can do our npm start, because if you remember, before I do that, in my package, we said that the start command, or the start script, will be 11.
Like, is this a good thing? Is any of this good?
11t serve. So npm start, hit return on my keyboard, and there we go. It's launched it locally. You also get a little UI, and if you want to check something on your phone, you just go to that address on your phone. As long as you're on the Wi-Fi, the same local network, it will work. It's fantastic. Now, there will be some things that aren't going to work properly just because of 11t, but we can see at least we have something that...
I'll say at 12:30. Oh, why did that?
It's working here. I have a page, interest, all articles, my index, and my individual article. And what 11t has done, if we go into my public folder now, we can actually see that it made an index. And for all those other ones, it creates like pretty URLs. So it makes like an index within the folder. So, you know, it just means that you don't have an extension at the end. Like a .html, you just go to individual article and you'll find that page. But you'll notice it hasn't brought the assets in. It did bring the blog, because the blog has markdown files. So by default, it's taking HTML files, markdown files, other templating languages. It will automatically take those. But what it will not take, and it won't touch, is other things like this assets folder, which has an image in it and images over here, and it did not take my CSS file. So I actually have to tell
What's it called? Honestly, I have no idea. I have no fucking idea. This is so... Or maybe I did. Anyways, this needs to get removed. I don't know why I have these. So I do the same thing and everything gets transferred. Either way, it's all got transferred. I don't know if I really needed these or not. It doesn't matter. That's not my point. Let's not say this. mean, you would think even this would be working, like even the CSS part of it would be working, but that's not working either. They're not gonna like this. Now where the hell did it go? You know what this is? You know what this is? You know what these are? You ready? You ready to go? Oh boy. Come here. Come here. Watson, sit.
Watson.
Cool. Oh yeah. Back to coding, baby. Okay. I don't. Oh my God. Really mind. 'Cause I don't really mind. Yeah, let me finish my question here. Good, good. Yes, good. It's all coming together perfectly. Yes, perfect. Good, good. Good, American. Good. You're doing nicely, just like we want. Yes, yes. And you have all the reasons and all of the rationale. It's all working together quite nicely, isn't it? Okay. Let me think. Alright. Blah, blah, blah. I'm in the process of setting up the static website, and I'm at the point of creating the configuration file, which is now successfully taking in my dev files from my source folder and outputting them into this site folder, okay? At 12:30, well, you could also, yeah. Kevin demonstrates how the module exports function in the blah 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 config file. Once the npm script forever is run, doesn't automatically no, he doesn't even have JavaScript, right? He's not doing that part of it.
TJS, that's our configuration. Here has a blog, so the blog has markdown file, find that page. But you'll notice it hasn't brought the assets in. It did bring the blog, so the blog has markdown files. So by default, it's taking HTML files, markdown files, other templating languages. It will automatically take those. But what it will not take, and it won't touch, is other things like this assets folder, which has
Oh. There's so many bugs here, it's crazy.
An image in it, take, and it won't touch, is other things like this assets folder. HTML files, markdown files, other template blog has markdown files. So by default, it's taking HTML files, markdown files, other templating languages.
One thing is communication. You have to be able to communicate. Because this shit can be talked about really confusingly. Anyways, at 12:30, Kevin demonstrates how the module export function in blah 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 won't transfer his non-templating. I.e. his main and assets folder from the input source. I don't really get it, honestly. Like, I just don't get it. How people get along just working really stupid jobs and getting drunk every weekend. It doesn't make sense to me. He goes over how these two did his have? Wish you would zoom out a little bit. Wait. Yeah, his doesn't even have JS. Yeah, everything made it. Well, my get ignored didn't make it, did it? Get ignored didn't make it. Did it? No, get ignore is on the outside of everything. Okay, never mind. Plus, that's for get ignore. I don't care about that. Let me think. Okay. Like I'll literally just describe the exact steps, and she's gonna end up responding with, "You're making this too complicated." It's inevitable. She's definitely gonna say that. She says that every fucking time, even if I go step by step, exactly the same as the way you're supposed to do it, and have some kind of problem that I need to ask about. She's even explaining those steps. That still counts as making it too complicated to her. I wish you could turn down these monitors from your computer. Okay, but anyways. It'll be one of two things. She'll either say you're making it too complicated and send me some other sort of cryptic message, or else she'll say that I need to rebuild everything from scratch, which shouldn't be the case. Why should I need to rebuild it all? I mean, I understand putting stuff in, making templates out of it, but why should I have to reconstruct all the same HTML again? Like, basically, I should be able to take what I have now and turn it into a template. That's basically what I'm doing. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. I'm not...
Is done. If we go into my public folder now, we can actually see that it made an index. And for all those other ones, it creates like pretty URLs. So it makes like an index within the folder. So, it just means that you don't have an extension at the end. Like a .html, you just go to individual article and you'll find that page. But you'll notice it hasn't brought the assets in. It did bring the blog because the blog has markdown files. So by default, it's taking HTML files, markdown files, other templating languages. It will automatically take those. But what it will not take, and it won't touch, is other things like this assets folder, which has an image in it and images over here, and it did not take my CSS file.
Do I have any images? Well, yeah, they're in assets, but that got transferred. That got transferred for me, so keep going.
So I actually have to tell 11t to do that. So to be able to change a configuration file, we have our 11t.js, that's our configuration file. To be able to change that, you want to stop this process because you can't update a configuration file. It's not going to change if everything is running. So I'm going to do a Control-C, and that says terminate job. I do yes, and now we can clear that, and we're not running anything. It's not watching my files. And I can come in here, and this is why I wanted my 11t config in the first place, is to tell it we do want it to grab a few of the files, and we need our CSS, we need our images, and all of that. So to tell, if you ever have things that you need 11t to take and pass through from our source file to our public folder that it's not doing by default, we have to tell it to do that. So to be able to do that, we do 11t config dot add pass through copy, like this, with the camel case the same way. And then we tell it what we want it to pass through. So the first thing I'm going to do is make sure we're going to our root, we're going to go to our src, and we want our CSS, so I can say style.css, like that. Make sure you have a semicolon at the end here, and then we can do another one, 11t config.add pass-through copy, and this time, where do we want to go? We want it to go into our, you can actually tell it, you can use globbing here too if you find it a little bit easier, but I'm also going to tell it to grab my assets. So it's just going to go and find in my source, my assets, it's going to take anything that's in here. So just by including the folder, you don't have to say every single file because that would be a nightmare. So if we do that and I hit save, and now we do an npm start. Once again, so it should do it. It's going to rebuild all my public folder, and now we can go and check it out. And now, hey, look, my images are working because they're being passed through. And this first image worked because I think I had an on-splash image there, but these ones weren't coming through before. So now those images are coming through, And the links still won't work just because of how we set things up, but at least my images are coming through and my CSS is coming through. We have a layout that is working now. So first step is done. All the things we need to get to that endpoint are now going there. So that's already kind of nice, but now we do need to start turning this into a template instead of a static HTML file.
Right, and that'll be the next step, but I can't get there because my SCSS is not being processed. Nor JavaScript, I guess, either. But that's a separate issue. I haven't even gotten to that point yet. But anyways, so copy. Don't say God damn it so much. And that's here. Okay. And basically I mimic that, but I'm not understanding really what it does or this level of code. I don't understand what the fuck's going on. You know? I can read this documentation till the cows come home, but I don't know what it means. They're always like, read the documentation, read the documentation. And they go, I don't have a computer science degree. It's not going to make a lot of sense to me. Are they better off? I don't know. What was more worthwhile? Seems like everybody's kind of just figuring out ways to cope. Whether it's going to bars and pretending like that's a real thing to do. This girl, she's married, she has a kid already. And this guy married her. Who, like, wasn't the father, you know? And she has no problem posting. God, that was so weird. I mean, basically being a whore at this bar. Because she works there as a bartender. And the guy married her. And the guy's like a decent guy. You know? Looks like he's got his life together and all that. Well-meaning person. And she's constantly posting pictures. Not that I follow her, but I do have a Facebook for my music stuff. And I'll see her on there a lot. But anyways, so now I've included the provided code, naming the same. I mean, that's another question. How do you, maybe I should do this. Where's my results container? Main. Main here. It always hides it. Yeah. I mean, the module specifier thing. Do I need to... I do need to do that, don't I? Because I don't even have that in here. I need to go get that again. Or do I? I don't know. Like, I don't know what any of this fucking shit is, man. It's not finding job.js. Where is my job.js? The hell? Where did that go? Because I'm not going to be using Parcel? No, I don't think I'm going to be using Parcel. It's already got node modules. I don't need to worry about that either. I don't need to worry about that. Better to copy it. I'll just go. What else do I need? Got both our CSSs. I got the main. All the CSS stuff is good. Packaged lock.json. Don't think I need that. I may need to get the A11 dialog thing, but I don't even know. Job.html is in there. Index.as is in there. HTML is in there. We don't need this. We got that. We got that, and we got assets. We got everything. So now, let me come over here, stop the script. Okay. Okay. Now what you'll notice is this jobs.js is in here, but it's not in here. It needs to be in both. So let's get that going. So let me just run it again. npm run start. Is it in here now? No, I still don't see it. Likewise, I'm still getting that error. You know, I don't know. Yeah, because I have it in both, so I don't need to. The whole thing about using that is that you don't have it in both, but I do have it in both. But I don't have jobs.js, so let's try that. Now it's in there. It just did it. Now it's in there. Good. Well, for the fuck of it, I'm going to try this one more time. Okay, let's go back to my question. They're probably not going to answer anything. What time is it? 9? Does that mean I need to go to bed? I know I need to go back to my terminal, commit that other file, and upload it. Where the fuck is my terminal? Okay. Do this, cut. All right. Yeah.
At Twitter saying that if we, so Yoaroff wanted to put out a statement pushing back on the Hamilton 68. This is in that, I don't know, tranche, you could say, I guess. And there were people at Twitter that were saying we need to think of the bigger picture. They were making statements like, we need to be careful how we go back with this. They were worried about pushing back.
And also, if I could just interrupt here, you know, government action is not shown not simply by threats, but as the court's appeals have said, coordinated action. And I think that gets to Jack's point. You know, we have a situation where those social media companies, they are filled with personnel who do this revolving door between the social media companies and the security states, or those weird nonprofit organizations, those weird intermediaries. And so, you know, they are coordinating this action. And yeah, I mean, if I were an aspiring member of this like weird group that's, you know, censoring the internet, I wouldn't put it in an email. They're smart enough not to know.
Okay, and I love that you said that. So then we agree the Twitter file showed nothing, because it wouldn't have shown up in an email then. But that's a markedly different statement than the Twitter file showed us
No,
that censorship existed.
no, that's not true. I mean, something can show something explicitly, something can be shown implicitly.
There wasn't anything shown implicitly, though. That's the issue. There was nothing there.
There was. I mean, well, if I went to Twitter and I said remove, 10 posts and none of them will be removed, and the government went and almost half of them did, I think that that's something to get
But
at.
the good faith question that I find nobody does here is what posts were removed and why.
The Hunter Biden laptop.
The Hunter Biden laptop story. Look at this one. The Hunter Biden
Hunter laptop, which I have right here as a hard drive.
The Hunter Biden laptop story was not removed at the behest of the government.
Yoel Roth stated
Yoel Roth testified 3 times in Congress that the
testimony.
no reference he said was made to the Hunter Biden
I will
laptop.
read Destiny. I will read it for
3
you.
times in
I will read It's very simple. I'll pull it up on Twitter.
Anyways. Oh, yeah, it's the stream.
That was your wife. Well, I was hanging out with her first.
That's right. Jack already